Want to make great tasting, nutritious plant-based food? Fast, easy, low cost, low energy, with very little cleanup? Then let's get to it. Hello, stuffed portobello mushroom. I don't know why I haven't put one of these up. I've eaten these for years. I just love them. And I just decided tonight I'm going to do one. This is, I'm going to stuff it with mashed potato. I'm going to use a veggie patty that I love. These are fantastic. It's also going to be topped with Kraft NotCo notcheese, cheddar. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. What's going into the mashed potatoes is going to be some roasted garlic, cilantro, and green onion, and a little bit more stuff I'm going to add in, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and some garlic powder, because I want the roasted garlic is not going to really get into everywhere. It's just going to be there to bite into from time to time, so it's going to be really nice. But I want the overall mashed potato to be garlicky, so that's where I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Not much, just maybe a quarter of a teaspoon just to get it in there. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. I love olive oil in my mashed potatoes. You don't need to put it in there. You can make them the way you want, but I just like it. That's the only thing I put in as far as anything to change the sort of structure of the mashed potato, because mashed potatoes traditionally had butter and milk and all kinds of other things in there. I don't put any of that stuff in, obviously. But I do like a little bit of olive oil. And then when I go to bake it, I'm going to put olive oil on the top, just so it browns a little bit, really nice. And then at the very end of the baking, I'm going to then, like the last minute, I'll stick the cheese on top and just let that melt a little bit over the top. And then that's going to be it. It's a very simple, this is just a great comfort food, fantastic. It's just great. And you can do all kinds of things. I'm probably going to do some more of these with various ingredients. I've done them so many different ways over the years, and they're just fantastic. So let's get to making the mashed potato. So I have my mashed potato here, as you can see this right there. Okay, great. Let's just set this aside, and I'm going to just get this broken up. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to do this whole thing with a fork. That's it. And the two together, the veggie burger and the mashed potato, it's just, they're sensational. I've done other things with them. And also I've used the plant-based balls as well, which are really great. I love those, already pre-made. I just don't see any reason to try to make them. It just doesn't make any sense. Pardon the pun, doesn't make any sense. Okay, so that's pretty good right there. I'm going to add some garlic powder to this. And I'll stir this all up again really nicely. Just a little tiny bit of Himalayan salt, not a lot. I don't like to oversalt anything. And just a little bit of pepper. I'm pretty sensitive to pepper. And again, as you know, if you've ever watched any of my videos, and I'll say it again, this is just always an open platform. You take it and, that's it. You can do whatever you want. Just think about it, and you can probably come up with all kinds of ideas to stuff portobello mushrooms very easily. Okay, I'm just going to stir that around a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in it. Not much, just like a half a teaspoon, that's it. It gives a nice texture inside with that little bit of oil in there. It's really nice. And I love the flavor of olive oil, especially the good one like that, which is, got that nice peppery taste to it and really bright and great. It's just fantastic. Okay, now let's just clean that off so we can mash some garlic. Now, I'm going to mash this garlic up, and I'm going to break it up really fine so it gets in a lot of the potato. You may not get this in every bite, but you'll know it's there. And by the time I'm done mixing all this in, it'll get all around. If you don't know how to make roasted garlic, which I imagine there's somebody in the world that doesn't know how to make it who might watch this. So very simple is how I do it. Piece of tin foil, tray in the toaster oven, stick all your stuff off your garlic, skin it, get all the skin off. I cut the little ends off where they were connected to the whole bulb, because you don't want to eat those, and then put them in. Now you can do it two ways. This I did open because I like them crispy, because I did batch crispy. These were not done crispy. These were closed up and just baked inside the foil. Do it either way. I just wanted some crispy ones. I have another recipe I'm doing next week, so I'll have the crispy. They last forever. I've kept them in the little container or something in the refrigerator for 6 months, and they're just as good. It's fantastic. So let's get this in here. Okay, like that. Okay, let's get cilantro. I love my food processor. Just works so well for this kind of thing. Now you can chop up your cilantro finer. You can use more, less. I like a good amount of cilantro because I love the flavor of it. And once you get it chopped up, there's not much really here. I mean, it's enough to flavor every bite, just about, I would imagine. Okay, so let's get rid of these from here for a second. Let's get that in there. Now I'm going to put 2 of these. They're not real big ones. They're almost like big chives. So these are all from my own indoor herb garden, all this stuff. So I'm going to put 2 in here, and I'm going to leave 1. I'm going to do a little garnish on top of the whole thing when it's done. If you just saw last week's Yonki and cheese, I did it there. I did it on the mac and cheese one I did about a couple months back. And I love the onions in the potato. It's just so good when you bite in. This is like my favorite mashed potato. I mean, I could just eat the mashed potatoes the way they are. Nothing else needed. Okay, so let's get that aside and just get this all mixed up together. And you can, when you're mixing this, you can see the roasted garlic and how much you have everywhere around. And if you get a piece, and you can break it up with the fork a little bit and spread it around a little more. It's kind of stringy a bit, and you just have to work with it a bit, and you can get it pretty well spread around in here, just so it's not clumped up. You can also put in a little bit at a time and stir it in, but I just dump it all in and then look for it as I'm stirring up and find it. Oh, it smells fantastic. It just smells so good. I mean, I could just... this is just dinner. I could just eat this. Not a problem. It's so good. My mouth is watering just thinking about eating this. It's just fantastic. Okay, so we got that. We're all good to go. So what I'm going to do is I've got a tray already ready to go. I got foil in it here. So I'm going to put that in there and put it in the oven. So I'm going to take this patty. It's already thawed out. These come frozen. So it's ready, just going to be dropped right in the bottom. You can see what that looks like. See there? And I'll have another shot of it up there, hopefully, as long as my camera's still working. Okay. And then I'm just going to cover this in the mashed potatoes. I'm going to mash these all the way around so they get all around the edges and everywhere. And this is just beautiful. You cut into it. It has the veggie patty on the bottom and then the mashed potatoes on the top, and it's just fantastic. Whatever you're going to put in here, this just works fantastic. Now I'm going to pile all this in here pretty high because I love a lot of mashed potato, and this is going to be my dinner. So yeah, if you've watched videos of mine, I always make what I eat, and a lot of times, a few times, it doesn't come out good enough for me to produce the whole video. So it's probably happened to me about 3 times where I was experimenting and it just was like, I'm not gonna put that up. So I end up remaking it. So that's just perfect. That's just a nice right there. I wanted enough up high, as you can see it there. Just beautiful. And this is gonna bake. And I'm gonna bake this just open. I'm not gonna put it in foil, nothing. It's all ready to go just to be baked the way it is. Let's get that aside. Okay, now I'm going to save the onion for afterward. The cheese goes on afterward. And this is going to go in the toaster oven. And this will just be in, I'm going to give it a good bake because I want it really, all the stuff to come together. So I'm going to shoot for 15 minutes, but I'm gonna check it at 10. This is gonna be at 350. So I'm gonna put a little olive oil on top before it goes in because I want a little browning on top, which is really nice. Not much, that was maybe a quarter of a teaspoon, and I'll just get it around. And that just helps it's almost like doing French fries in a sense, right? A little bit of oil on top just helps it brown real nice. Oh, it's just fantastic. Can't wait to eat that. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the tray like that, so that's ready to go. Onion ran away there. I'm gonna get this in the toaster oven and I'll be back. Okay, it's just beautiful. Wow. It smells fantastic. Oh, this is just a fantastic dish. I'm tempted to cut it open so you can see what it looks like inside a little bit, but I don't know. I just love just looking at it. The green onions on there, you're just gonna love this thing. Okay, we gotta cut it open. Let's see. Let's get a knife. Okay, I'm gonna slice it in half and just see what we got. Okay, a little bit messy, but okay. There, you can get a good look at it. There's the patty underneath, the mushroom, the mashed potatoes. I've just got to try this. Really, just got to try it. Just going to take a little corner off here. Make sure I get a piece of the mushroom with it. It's going to be a little messy because I'm not going to get a fork. That is absolutely delicious, amazing, fantastic. I can't think of any other words. Cheesy, oniony, garlicky. Wow, this is really, really good. You're just gonna enjoy this so much if you make it. And again, you can do all kinds of variables here with this. It doesn't really make any difference. You could stuff it with all kinds of stuff. Stuffing portobellos is just fantastic. I'm FOODMAKER V. And remember, the best investment you'll ever make is an investment in your health. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.